Hey guys, Sister Chat on lock with a special guest.
Yes, there we go. All righty. So, welcome everybody to our sister chat. We're so happy that you join us every Saturday, 9 p.m. We try to be prompt, but you got technology. But today we have a special guest, Miss StacyJ. We are so excited. So, for those of you that do not know who we are two women that made a decision to inspire healthy living. And how we do that is by educating people, motivating people, and in what I say, hold on, inspiring healthy living, educating and motivating individuals to jumpstart their health. And how do we help you do that? We do that with a program that we have called Shred 10. It's not a weight loss program, it's a lifestyle change. And what we do is we share with people how if you stop eating the foods that are not serving you well and eat more of the foods that serve you well, your health can take a nice leap. And like me, you may even be able to stop some of your medications. So, why did I get on this journey? I was born with a heart defect that wasn't diagnosed until I was 18 years old. Then, fast forward, I had a couple of mini strokes, developed diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. I had an emergency pacemaker put in at the age of 57 that rocked my world. I couldn't believe it. 57, I have a pacemaker, really? So, someone introduced me to how you can have freeze dried, organic fruits and vegetables dried in a capsule. And guess what? The food, that along with changing my diet, made me feel so much better. I had energy. I could be up at 9 o'clock now to share what I've learned and what has helped me to help you, right? So, along my journey, I met Miss Stacy McGirder online, and she was initiating a 21-day vegan fresh start for 10,000 women. These are women that were having issues, health issues, just like me. Women that wanted to improve their health, just like me. I was amazed. And the reason why I wanted to be a part of what she was doing and join it is because she spoke my language. We were all trying to do the same thing. And I learned so much through her. And with her, there was a woman, Miss StacyJ, who was the fitness coach. I loved it. I was pre-COVID, I was going to the gym. I was going to one of my favorite gyms, and her style reminded me of it. So guess what? I'm still with her. So tonight, because the Shred 10 program that we're on, one of the aspects of it is exercise. I invited her and I wanted her to share her expertise on the link between food, nutrition, and exercise. So Renee, could you please welcome the Miss StacyJ, my coach.
Yes, ma'am. Welcome again, Stacy. But for the benefit of the audience who do not know your story, let me tell y'all a little brief thing about Stacy. Stacy Julien is the CEO of the Fit Life Squad. It is a fitness and nutrition coaching company designed to help women develop successful lifestyle changes within a supportive community. She's an award-winning former pro figure competitor, and Stacy uses her knowledge from training for the stage to help women build strength, get lean, and improve mobility for everyday living. She is a certified group fitness, personal training, and nutrition coach known for meeting her clients where they are. For more than a decade, she's helped countless women get fit through her boot camps and her personal training services. Now, recently, as Michelle mentioned, she served as a fitness coach for the 10,000 Black Vegan Women Challenge, and she coached women in that virtually across the globe. She's born in West Philadelphia. She spent time in Wilmington, Delaware, but after graduating from Temple University, she moved to Washington, D.C., where she is now raising her sidekick and son, Aiden. So, Stacey, thank you so much for being with us.
Oh my gosh, this is such a pleasure because I've watched you all do your thing. And so it's an honor to be in the space now on the Sister Chat. And just thank you for inviting me. I have to talk about that experience with the Vegan Women Challenge. It was amazing for me too. I know you all loved it, and it was such an education for me. I knew about nutrition, but certainly not from a vegan perspective. And so learning from Tracy and listening to your stories, particularly you, Michelle, because you engage quite a bit with some of the Zooms that we did and the talks. And so I remembered your story and just how that vegan journey helped change people's lives and help them with their health. Was really, really emotional and just really affected me in such a way that I wanted to definitely become a part of it and stay a part of it. So I'm still on that journey and still being fit, being my fit self and helping other people get fit. So I loved it. And it was the best part of last year for me, because last year was rough, but it was the highlight of the year for me.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent. So we're going to pick your brain, Stacy, as part of our little interview. So we have 4 questions for you.
Okay.
As far as yourself, what was the turning point that made you fall in love with exercise?
Sure. I would say being approached about being a figure competitor, which I had never heard of. I exercised, but I certainly didn't have a real strategy in mind. I didn't have the knowledge that I have now. So I was just kind of moving and being active. And I was active in high school with sports and everything, but never really fit, not fit like I am like right now. But I think when she introduced me to that world and then showed me how to eat to build muscle and get lean, that's where I saw the link between what I eat and how I could look for the stage. That's what it was about for me. How do I get that look where I am not too bulky, but I'm lean, I'm showing off muscularity in my body. I had the 6-pack going, which was really tough to get, but I got the 6-pack going. And then I just felt healthier, and I adopted a lot of those healthy eating strategies from that time. Like, I drink so much more water now than I did before I became a figure competitor. It is the only thing I drink all day. I may have a cup of coffee, but everything else is water. And my son will tell you that too. I wear him out with my water. But yeah, I learned so much through that experience, doing it over the years, that I definitely wanted to be able to share that with other women. And so that's why I became a coach. But I loved how it made me feel. I felt so powerful.
Right.
I felt so powerful up on that stage. It was hard work, but I felt powerful having gone through it.
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome. That's how I described the vegan challenge. It made me feel stronger.
Yeah, like you had power over food in a sense. And when you've been able to shape your body the way you want to, you in a sense get power over your body.
Absolutely.
Now, you mentioned something about nutrition. Part of nutrition had it. A lot of times when we hear of competitors, we think, at least I think, of some of the bodybuilding, thinking about men's sport of bodybuilding, where they bulk up and then they lean up. They bulk up and it ends up being an unhealthy relationship for them. So how do you feel is the value or the link between having good nutrition and really getting the exercise?
And I absolutely agree with that, because I will say that when really women see how I look on stage, they want to know, what did you eat or how did you eat to look like that? And most people don't want to do, and it's not something that is sustainable, you know what I mean, for a long period of time. I prefer how I look now, and I prefer how I eat now, which is a lot more balanced to me. Back then, I was literally eating the same foods over and over and over because I knew what they did for my body. I was eating chicken breasts, and my other go-to was tilapia. So those are my 2 main proteins, and I would have broccoli and brown rice. And it's so boring, right? And I think a lot of competitors have learned how to add variety to their meals now, but back then that was it for me. So I would never tell somebody, just eat that. You know what I mean? Unless you're training for a show or something and you need to get ready for something, it should be a balance. Now, I did have the carb and the healthy carb and the protein and the vegetable. So I do pass that on, and I think that's important. But the variety is way more important. Having more color in your food is way more important, to have all those nutrients. I wasn't getting that then. I was getting the muscle though.
Yes, exactly.
So it worked for what I needed it for. So that's what I would say. I wouldn't go back to that unless I was doing it for a competition. And I would probably do it a little differently now because I know more.
Exactly. And
nutrition.
because like you
Wow.
mentioned, it's the sustainability of the eating program. You know what I'm saying? It's not, it's built for a certain thing.
Yep.
And once you're not doing it because you're so zoned in, you don't have time to figure out, okay, I need to add this and add that because your focus is on one thing. But in
Exactly.
day-to-day life, we have to realize that that variety is going to make a difference, because if we're breaking down muscle tissue by
Yep.
what we're eating,
Mm-hmm.
it you know, how many people do you know who pop out their bicep muscles?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because their nutrition doesn't match their exertion.
Exactly, exactly. And so that's the other piece of it. After we have a really good workout, we need to recover with the right nutrition. You know, we need to fuel our bodies before and after. And so we need to build that muscle back up with smart protein. And that's vegan based protein, or that's the animal products if you're still eating animal product foods.
And that's
But yes, that part is very important too.
Mm-hmm. That's what I really love, because when Michelle was talking about with the shred, that's why that soy isolate protein that we use with the complete is all vegan protein, and that's something that we use before and after workout to really help. And it does that. It helps to give us the nutrition that we need. Now, what about those who feel like they don't have time for exercise? You know, it's only short.
Yeah.
That's because they haven't seen your class. They don't know that 30 minutes can mean a lot. But what would you say to them?
One thing that most of us can do is walk. You know what I mean? I would say walking is definitely good to at least work on your cardio, your endurance, build strength in your legs, using your legs, staying mobile is just essential for us. So walking. But if you have some like light weights around, I think that any kind of strength training you can do, no matter what age you are, is important. There are things you can do from a chair with very, very light weights. I'm starting to work with my mom on things like that too, because she has issues with her legs. That's something that everybody should do in addition to walking. I know you all said one exercise, and that's hard to say. I would love to say a burpee, but everybody only because it's a great core and strength and cardio exercise. But walking and then some light weights around the house. If you have 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes to do some bicep curls, just from a chair or standing up. You can fit in little pieces of exercise during your day. It doesn't have to be a long stretch, as you guys know from my workouts. It doesn't have to be all day. That is the worst. For me, to see people spend hours in the gym is unnecessary.
That's true.
Unnecessary.
That makes it, and then it makes it hard for them to make that bridge. Michelle?
I was going to say, Stacy talked about the burpees. She actually gives you an alternative for that. So you could do it off of a wall, off of your couch. So start where you are. And that's what I love about Stacy.
Yes.
If anybody, and she's going to give you the information.
Yes.
Because this really goes to this next question. Are you ever too old to get started? Because when we were on the vegan challenge, there were old heads. There was not a bunch of just young girls.
No.
There were a lot of us that were, over 50, over 60. And it's like, okay, we'll join it as part of the program, but
right.
But are you ever really too old to get started? And what's the key to that?
And I say no, to that, when I was seeing the signups coming in for the class, I saw the ages and I was like, okay, now I know what I'm working with. And so that's why I gave all those modifications. It's hard with a large group to know who has issues, with their knees, or who has, upper body weakness and needs to work on those. It's hard to know all that. So those modifications are essential for me, because I don't want anybody to feel like they can't work out. They can do something. I even say, if you can't do a burpee, give me a modified jumping jack, as long as it's a cardio that's going along with what we're doing, So I would say at any age is something you can do. Like I said, even if it's just walking, that's something I'm trying to get my parents to keep doing, is just walking and staying mobile. And sedentary life is going to kill us. That. I don't have to tell you all that. We just got to keep moving. So absolutely, there are things that you can do at any age, even if you are sitting in a chair. I feel like I want to do a chair workout now.
Right.
video.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
anyway, that's another
yeah.
story.
That's another
But
story,
like
right?
you
Absolutely,
said,
you're
but
never too
that
old.
makes
You're never
perfect
too
sense,
old.
though. That makes perfect sense because, like you had mentioned, it goes along with number one, not finding time and feeling like you're too old. We got a
Yep.
lot of people now who are working from home,
Yep.
you know, and so you're working from home. You're sitting at your desk all day long. You just have a couple of weights, like you said, have a band, do a couple of pulls on your band, something to keep you moving, because if you don't get moving, then we're done.
Yeah.
And
You
I
can
like
pick.
to add something. Oh, I'm sorry, Stacey, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and if you do find yourself sitting all day because you're at work, take like a 10-minute break or even a 5-minute break. Pick 3 exercises. Maybe it's a bicep curl. Maybe it's some jumping jacks for a little bit of cardio, you know, and maybe holding a plank, even if it's up against your desk or on the floor. Just 3 exercises you can do, and try to do a couple of rounds of those as a break.
Right, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what I want to add before we close is this. I really encourage you to really check out Miss StacyJ, and I'm gonna tell you why. She's talking about the few exercises that you could do so you can stay busy. But what's beautiful is that on her fitness program, we do it all online. It is virtual. I'm a part of it. I do it on in the mornings at 7:30, which is perfect for me. I get a chance to do what I do early in the morning. I get a chance to then work out, and then I take a shower and get to work because I'm still working remotely. I encourage you, if any of this sounds like something you'd want to try, check Miss Stacy out. Number one, she's affordable. That's what I like. Number 2, it's online. And guess what? If you miss it, she sends you the link and you can still do it.
No
what
excuse.
I love about it, I love it. And then, you know, if you want to do some more of it later in the day, you can do it in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I'll never forget when she sent me this exercise for my thighs to try. I was like, whoa, that's what I'm doing for lunch. So, Stacy, tell them how they can reach you if they want to reach out to you.
Sure. You can email me at fitmom.stacy@gmail.com. You can also follow me on Instagram at Fit Squad Fit Life. For that Fit Squad Fit Life. I'm also on Facebook, the Fit Life Squad.
Yeah,
so
there you go. Excellent. And Renee, how can they reach you if they're interested in doing a shred?
Yes, they can check out my website, reneewilliams.juiceplus.com, or I'm Supercharged with Renee on Instagram.
And I am at healthystartwithmichelle.com, or you could get me on Instagram, Healthy Start with Michelle. Okay, Stacy, thank you so very much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it, and giving the information. And I hope to you, the audience, that this was educational, inspirational, and motivational for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take care.
Y'all have a great night.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thanks again, Stace.
You're